All I can say about today's battle is wow. What a battle. Came right down to the wire. You're really going to enjoy this one, trust me. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going against Caddy from the Discord server. He is also a YouTuber though, so go check out his YouTube channel. There's a link in the description down below. I've also noticed that only 36% of people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you think you're subscribed, just double check because you might not be. And you might have been unsubscribed by YouTube because they tend to do that. And if you weren't subscribed in the first place, why not subscribe? It's free, it really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, Caddy has brought a pretty powerful looking team. They got the Chesnaught, Hisuian Zoroark, Amoonguss, Great Tusk, Azumarill, and the Hydreigon. Gotta love it, gotta love it. We got what? Two of the same ones there, pretty cool. So looking at this matchup, we've got to watch out for the Zoroark, of course. Zoroark kind of counters Zoroark in the sense that they're both it's immune to its own stabs, which is pretty interesting. I think looking at the matchup, we could probably safely lead off with Rotom. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think we're pretty fine doing that. Baxcalibur is going to put some work in, provided it's not Terra, Steel, Hydreigon. But definitely taking out that Amoonguss, hitting the Great Tusk card. The Zoroark as well, we should be able to take a hit from that, no problem. And the Chesnaught, so... how are we going to deal with it as Azumarill, though? Probably Chesnaught, right? I'd say Chesnaught. No, because Chesnaught has Body Press. We'll just have to see how it goes. And the battle begins. So Caddy's going to lead off with Fluffy, the Hydreigon, as we led off with Bosche, the Rotom-Wash. So it's not a bad matchup at all. Not at all, not at all. Let's go straight for that Volt switch because they wouldn't switch Great Tusk in, surely. I think they go Amoonguss here, if anything. So I'm going to go Volt switch straight away. They either drop a Draco or they go Amoonguss slash Chesnaught slash Chesnaught. So they do go for the U-turn, get out of there. We're going to get a nice and powerful, slow Volt switch, which is going to gain us some momentum, which is always great to have, especially at the beginning of a battle. So let's see how this goes for us. Salty is going to come in, which is the Amoonguss. As expected, we go for the Volt switch. Got to get on out of there, get a bit of momentum on our side. This gives us a free switch into whatever we want. Now, looking at their team, I would say Azumarill is their only Baxcalibur switch in. That's for sure. So we could go Volcarona, go for that nice and powerful Fiery Dance. If they go Azumarill, we Terra Grass, go for the Giga Drain on that thing. I think we are pretty safe to do that. We know it's not the Zoroark because it would have transformed back from the Volt Switch damage, and that Volt Switch damage would have done at least half. I think with Volcarona does really well here. So let's go Mothra, the Volcarona. We are not max speed, but we have got some defensive investment. No, we are max speed. We are max speed. We lost some firepower for the defensive investment so we can live certain hits. For example, Aqua Jet from Azumarill if it's Choice Banded. Let's go for that Fiery Dance, see if we can get a boost. If we can't get a boost, so be it. Fiery Dance comes through. They don't really have a good switch into Volcarona. And that didn't do nearly enough damage. That didn't do nearly enough damage. Oh, wow. I'm very surprised at how well that Amoonguss took that Fiery Dance from a Volcarona. I mean, I know I lost some special attack for the defensive investment, but wow. Wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that at all. We can probably expect the Azumarill switch now. So I'm half tempted to go into Juggernaut or even Rotom again. I don't think they attack us here. Can't really afford to attack us. I think they get a free switch into their Azumarill. So what I'm thinking is Corviknight or Rotom here. So I think I'm going to go with the... no, I'm not going to go with the Rotom switch. I think I'm going to go for the Corviknight because it matches up against the Azumarill pretty well. And it also is immune to Sludge Bomb if they decide to fire a Sludge Bomb off here. So let's see how that goes for us. There we go, going to withdraw our Volcarona. We're going to go into our Corviknight real quick. Corviknight can definitely take a hit from this thing, no problem. So let's see how this goes for us. Nice and shiny. They do withdraw. Are they going to go Azumarill as expected? They do go into Water Wabbit, which is going to be the Azumarill. Nice and shiny, gotta love it. I like a shiny Azumarill, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. So let's go ahead and go for that nice and powerful U-turn. Should be slow. I'm pretty sure Azumarill outspeeds us. I could be wrong there. Really could be wrong. There we go. We go for the U-turn. Unfortunately, we do outspeed them, which is unfortunate because it means something is going to have to try and take a hit from this Azumarill unless they go for Belly Drum. I'm thinking they go for the Water Stab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Rotom. Rotom's a decent one here because even if they go for a Belly Drum here, we should be able to take an Aqua Jet, no problem. They go for the Liquidation. Liquidation does a lot of damage. I'm going to say that's Choice Banded damage. I'm going to say it's Choice Banded damage. Feels like Choice Banded damage. We are specially defensive, not physically defensive, so we've got to bear that in mind. I think they fear the Will-O-Wisp here, and they definitely switch out. So I'm going to go for a Volt Switch again, gain a bit of momentum. They do withdraw the Water Wabbit. What are they going to go into? They're not going to go Great Tusk, surely. Fluffy comes in. That's the Hydreigon. So Hydreigon comes back in. We go for the Volt Switch. We get a bit of chip damage, which is always nice. And we've got to assume it's Choice Scarfed. And we have to go into something that can take this on. So let's see how this works for us. So I'm thinking either Jackel, Terra Ground, Glaive Rush, or Zoroark, Terra Fairy, Tera Blast, Body Press. Because even if they're Terra Steel, they don't want to take that Body Press. That's what I'm thinking. So I think I'm going to go with the Zoroark option. I think we're going to Zoroark option, which is going to bring us out into our Mothra, who unfortunately isn't asleep. So they know it's the Zoroark, which means they're very likely going to go for a Shadow Ball, a Dark Pulse, or they go for a nice and powerful U-turn. If they're Choice Scarf, if they're Choice Specs, I don't think they stay in. So let's go for the Tera Fairy, I can't even say the word, Tera Blast. We're going to Terra. Let's see what they do here. Do they go straight for the attack, or do they get thrown off by the Tera Blast? Because if we can take out the Hydreigon right now, that'd be nice. Let's go for the Tera Fairiness. Hopefully they stayed in and went for a Dark Pulse. That would be ideal if they went for the Dark Pulse. They go for a U-turn. U-turn is going to be resisted now. Oh no, I think it was resisted anyway. And we're going to go for a Tera Blast. The thing is, what are they going to switch in? Because not a lot wants to switch into Hisuian Zoroark on their team except from their Amoonguss. So let's see if the Amoonguss comes in. I think the Amoonguss definitely comes in here. Salted, which is going to be the Amoonguss, right? Yeah, the Amoonguss comes in. It's going to take a Tera Blast to the face. Let's see how much damage this does. It's Choice Specs and Stab thanks to Terra. So let's see how much damage we do. Not a lot of damage. As expected. That Amoonguss is going to be the bane of my existence. But as long as Volcarona is asleep, nothing else can be put to sleep. So we can go straight into Corviknight here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go straight into the Corviknight. We're going to try and hit this thing on the physical side with a Brave Bird. And the thing about Brave Bird is it hits everything on their team for decent damage. You know, the Hisuian Zoroark can't really switch in. Amoonguss doesn't want to stay in. Chesnaught can't switch in. Azumarill doesn't want to take a Brave Bird because it can't take free. I think the play for them to do here is to make the double switch. Because Corviknight does just get a free switch here. So we'll go Corviknight real quick. There we go. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. They go for a foul play. It's going to do minimal damage to Corviknight. And we get some Rocky Helmet chip on the Amoonguss, which is always nice. So, we've got a couple of options here. We can go straight for the Brave Bird, take this Amoonguss out, and then nothing stopping Hisuian Zoroark from just blasting through their entire team. I think Brave Bird is the option to go for, because I feel like they don't really have the best switch-ins to Brave Bird. They do withdraw. What are they going to go into to take a Brave Bird? That's the real question. They go into Fluffy, the Hydreigon. It is the Hydreigon as well, which is good to note. We go for the Brave Bird, get some damage off on Fluffy, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. So, we've got one option here. We can go Hisuian Zoroark, be immune to Draco Meteor, resistant to Dark Pulse. But if they go for a Flamethrower or a Fire Blast, we're kind of boned. I'm thinking, I know, steady on. I'm thinking we go Rotom expecting the fire attack, or they go for a U-turn. And if they go for a U-turn, we're alright, because we're alright, basically. We're alright. So they do go for a Draco. This gives us a free opportunity to get in with something else, though, as the special attack is going to harshly fall. So we get a free switch in with whatever we want. I'm thinking, I know, steady on. I could have gone Hisuian Zoroark there, but I didn't want to risk the Fire Blast or the Flash Cannon. Because if they predicted a switch, you know, and I didn't want to go ahead and get more chip damage on Hisuian Zoroark if they didn't need to. We know they're locked in. They've got to be locked in because they outsped us earlier. They're definitely Choice Scarf. We go into Mothra real quick. And now it's in our favor. The ball's in our court. So So I'm thinking Flamethrower is a good option. They have to switch here. Even if they stay in, it's not going to matter. I think they have to switch here. So I'm going to go Flamethrower. I'm going to expect the Amoonguss switch again, and I'm going to go for the Flamethrower option. They do go out into the Amoonguss. Is it the Amoonguss, though? It is the Amoonguss, which is good to know. We go for a Flamethrower. Should take it out. There we go. Critical hit! Oh, the hacks! That is unfortunate for my opponent, but what can you do about that? You can't do a lot about hacks, to be honest with you. You cannot do a lot about it. In comes the Water Wabbit. They know we're choice specs now, because if they're specially defensive Amoonguss, crit would not have taken that out unless I was specs. So they know we're specs. So that's unfortunate. What can you do about that, though? I think our best play is Corviknight here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, because they could easily play rough expecting the Chesnaught to come in. I think Chesnaught's a pretty obvious switch here. So I'm going to go into the Corviknight instead, expecting the play rough. They do go for a liquidation, so we could have gone Chesnaught. Rocky Helmet's going to take into effect, which is great, but we do outspeed here. So I'm going to go for that Roost. I'm definitely going to go for that Roost. Get that health back up to, well, nearly full. Not really nearly full, but, you know, it's whatever. So they go for another liquidation. They're hoping for that defense drop, probably. But we're just going to keep getting Rocky Helmet chip. So I think what my best play here is to go into the Chesnaught. Because I'm looking at that team. We haven't seen the Great Tusk yet. So I think I'm going to... I don't think I need Corviknight. I could go Chesnaught, scare it out with a grass type move. But they could easily switch up moves and go for a play rough right now. They might expect us to, considering I can't keep roosting off the damage. So I think I'm going to go for the ballsy play and go for the Brave Bird. I think that's the right play. Let's go for the Brave Bird and get some damage off on them. There we go. Damage is going to be good. So we get hurt by the Recoil, which is going to take us out. No, it isn't actually. As the Liquidation takes us out, but we get some more Rocky Helmet chip, nearly taking out the Water Wabbit. So Corviknight goes down. I was hoping it'd do a bit more damage than that. Really was hoping it would do a bit more damage than that. Now that the Amoonguss is gone, there is absolutely nothing. Zilch. Nothing at all that wants to switch into a Tera Blast Fairy right now. So I'm going to go for that Tera Blast Fairy. They could go for an Aqua Jet if they have Aqua Jet. Get some chip damage off on us, but I don't think they have Aqua Jet. They don't have Aqua Jet. I didn't think so. As we go for the Tera Blast now, that's going to take out the Azumarill. And there's not really a lot that wants to switch into our old pal Zoroark here. So Rabbit is down. Amoonguss is down. We've got Chesnaught, Zoroark, Great Tusk, and Hydreigon left. So Fluffy comes on in. So Fluffy is going to Terra Steel right here. I just know it. So I'm going to go Volcarona. Now that the Amoonguss is gone, we don't really need Volcarona to be sleep fodder. We can just keep the Volcarona either dead or alive, to be honest with you. So if they go for a Steel type move here, they lock themselves in. They more than likely go for the U-turn, but if they go for the U-turn, we could potentially get the burn from the Flame Body, which would be nice. That'd be nice. So we'll go into Mothra real quick, nice and sleepy. There we go. In comes the real Volcarona. Please stand up. Yes, we have. U-turn does come through. Can we get the Flame Body burn? We don't get the Flame Body burn, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I think it'd be more unfortunate if they got the Flame Body burn, to be honest with you. In comes the Ancestor, which is going to be the Great Tusk. So Great Tusk comes in. Now, this is where things get tricky. Okay? I kind of want to go for a Quiver Dance. I know we don't live this move. We don't live whatever they go for. No, we live one. I know that. We definitely live an attack from this thing unless it has Stone Edge. They go for a knockoff. That's going to do minimal damage, but we get the burn. We get the Flame Body burn, which is absolutely crucial right now. Absolutely crucial. We could wake up this next turn. We could very well wake up this next turn. And I'm confident we can take a Headlong Rush from this thing if it goes for Headlong Rush. I think we can take a Headlong Rush from this thing. We wake up. We go for the Quiver Dance. There we go. Quiver Dance comes through, which is going to be great. Pretty sure we could potentially win here. This could be a win con. So they go for the Headlong Rush. They are burned. It doesn't take us out, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. They haven't Terra'd yet, though, so we have to be extremely careful right now. Our Volcarona is on low HP. They could easily Terra right now into something else. They're probably withholding the Terra for something else. I'm going to go for that Giga Drain. Should take out the Great Tusk, no problem, unless they're Assault Vest, in which case they may live. They're going to withdraw the Great Tusk, preserving it for later, and they're going to go into Fluffy the Hydreigon. So Hydreigon comes on in. How well do you take a Giga Drain? You do take the Giga Drain like a champ, to be fair. You do take the Giga Drain like a champ. Giga Drain will KO though, so I'm pretty confident in going for another Giga Drain to get some more health back. I'm pretty sure we can do this. Giga Drain comes through. It's going to take out Fluffy, no problem. There we go. Volcarona coming through with the sweep. Potentially. Potential sweep. Potential sweep is potential. Potential sweep is potential. They could easily be Choice Scarf Zoroark, outspeed us and KO us. Great. They could easily Terra and screw us over. I think Chesnaught's going to come in and Terra to screw us over. I think that's what's going to happen. So Theodore comes in. Chesnaught. Is it the Chesnaught though? That's the real question. So, best play, Fiery Dance. We could expect the Terra, go for a Giga Drain. We could expect the Zoroark and go for the Fiery Dance still. Or, I think I'm going to have to go for the Fiery Dance, aren't I? It's a toss-up, really. So I'm going to go for the Fiery Dance just to see what happens. We go for the Fiery Dance. Are they the Zoroark with a Focus Sash? They are. They are the Focus Sash. They are the Focus Sash, but they're not a... They're not? Oh, they are the Zoroark. It was just delayed. Alright, so they are the Zoroark. They go for the Hyper Voice. That's going to KO Mothra, unfortunately. As now... What do we do here? We've got 3 minutes left. They're locked into Hyper Voice. Probably. No, they're not locked into Hyper Voice. We go Baxcalibur here. We go Baxcalibur here. And we just click Ice Shard. There's no reason not to click Ice Shard. So we go for the Ice Shard. There we go. Take out the Zoroark, which is great. Down it goes. Down it goes. Love to see it. Baxcalibur coming through for us right now. We get the KO. Right, in comes the real Chesnaught. So real Chesnaught, please come in. It's here. It's here to stay. Let's go into our own Chesnaught real quick. Chesnaught is probably the best switching we have to Chesnaught, I would say. But all we need to do is get a free switch in with our Zoroark, pretty much. So they're going to Terra. What type are they going to Terra into? Steel? What could they be? What could they be? So let's see what they Terra into right now. So they're going to Terra into a electric type. Interesting. Interesting. We love it. You love to see it. They go for a Drain Punch, which does minimal damage to our Chesnaught. We definitely go for a... if we expect them to go for an electric... No. I think the best play we could go for here is hard into Zoroark, but I kind of want to stay in a body press. So they're going to withdraw Theodore. They know they don't match up very well. We could easily have Earthquake, for example. And they're going to go into the Ancestor, the Great Tusk, to sack it off. We go for the body press. Does nothing. Absolutely not a thing. Absolutely not a thing. I think we win this, though, with the Zoroark in the back, just chilling there. Pretty sure we win this. So let's go for the hard switch into the Zoroark. We go for the hard switch into the Zoroark, and we go for the Tera Blast. I think that's the best thing to do. Because I'm confident we can take any hit this thing wants to throw at us, thanks to Terra. Thanks to Terra. They go for the knockoff. It's resisted. It's not going to do much damage. We do knock off our choice specs, though, which is good to note. Which means we can switch up moves. So, let's see how this goes for us. So, they're going to get some leftovers recovery and burn damage. We've got 19 seconds left. 15 seconds left. Let's go for that Tera Blast. Let's go for the Tera Blast. There we go. Tera Blast comes through. It's going to take out the Great Tusk. And there we go. So they have Chesnaught left, who is Terra Electric. I believe Zoroark with a combination of Zoroark, Baxcalibur, and our own Chesnaught. I think we take out their Chesnaught, no problem. So I'm pretty sure we have that game in the bag. But let me know what you think in the comments. GG Caddy, pretty fun game. Came right down to the wire. Always a pleasure. Always an absolute pleasure. So time has run out. There we go. GG, GG, GG. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.